You gon' remember, that's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember. I be that boy. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, that's right. Yeah. I be that boy you gon' remember. Yeah. Front line till the law call. Come on. You a friend of the Moors, let's go. A friend of mine. I told to watch my enemy. Come on. Now hold my line. I told y'all. Against the prophet, they speak against me. Come on, man. Speak about the prophet over you. Rock. Remind you and bind you back. Hey. On the mountains, Mississippi. That's right. Told you wasn't black. Proving the straight fact. You tripping off front, you need to be tripping off that. But here we go again, acting like you a slave. The same people talk European on the page. And looking at women buying European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell no, but they got a love for Europe. Whole generation take the pills, weed and serve. Yeah, they love no yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Ross, Lucid. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess they say it's all black when it's under the cover. Now sight, I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, that's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, that's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. Super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't feeling on the ground, then you working in the first. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every note that rock before you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. Super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't feeling that boy you gon' remember. That's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. Super scholars holler, law, call my number. Super scholars holler, number. Super scholars holler, number. Super scholars holler, number. Super scholars holler. This era for the workers, number. Super scholars holler. This era for the workers, number. Super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you working in the first. You look and sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Surface probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. It's probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. It's probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. It's probably working for them people. Now tell me what's your purpose. Ain't worried about your homie, but know that I know every low that rock a fast. He ain't my bro. Yeah, you know I ain't slow. I seen it all before. How they try to kill the prophet, it was all for show. And some got it right now. Don't say that I'm not down. I'm coming for my fast mistakes. I want my town, my sheriff, my stores, my schools, my nation. Sick and tired of the procrastination and debate. Y'all keep hating when love is the savior. You don't love yourself, so you can't love your neighbor. That's why you killing, fighting, marry out of your face. If you ain't for Moorish world, then get out of my face. Cause Chinese love China, Italians love Italy. If you used to love the Moorish world, come on and build it with me. Let's go. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, that's right. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. I be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember, oh yeah. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. I be that boy you gon' remember, be more. I be that boy you gon' remember, that time. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. I be that boy you gon' remember, LA. I be that boy you gon' remember, New York. I be that boy you gon' remember. The Hawk of a front line to the law, call my number. Family, we need one more song. I know I was running behind. I was in a meeting, but family, I promise you, I ask that everybody share this so we can get this show on the road. I had an important meeting with the temple tonight, a very successful meeting, but nevertheless, we're about to get it started, family. Give me 1 second while I share this link. Let's go. Down no more. It just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. They just slow mo. See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Self of America. Some lanes from across the border, you and your daughters, I mean your little followers, you all out of order. I ain't taking nada, nothing from you crooks. Cujo, Tark, Sabir, I got them all shook. I wish Cujo would step up to get his rep up and get hit up from the neck up. You gon' respect us. An elder once told me, meet the people where they at, and you lower than the worm, so you know you meet the tech. Let's keep it simple, more. I'm a temple more. Either you wanna talk knowledge or you wanna go to war. Cujo, I will drag you by your dreads till you beg. Detach your arm, leg, arm, head. Boy, you don't want these problems. I know the law well. The policy enforcers be the same ones you go tell. They're gonna call them little names. Get on YouTube, and them little games talk tough like you bout that. And I'ma forget how far I came. I never forgot my aim. I never forgot my ammo. I prayed to Allah, but I still tie my camel. Let's talk about this knowledge that you think you have. Matter of fact, forget it, boy. Don't make me laugh. Ah. Down no more. It just slow mo. Down no more. They just slow mo. They gon' learn today, but they gon' learn today. But they gon' learn today. So now what you gotta say, huh? I broke the rules cause I'm a sheik and a Muslim and I'm talking about tools. Boy, you know the lessons. The tools are to refine and mine are inclined to workshop on your mind. You know about the hammer, make it a part of every part. And I wanna meet a law, so I'm aiming at your heart. You on a 720, I'm on a 12 step. I'm at the pinnacle of wisdom, so miss me with the threat. Mean mugging and cussing, boy, it don't mean nothing. Not going out like Malcolm, I'm going out busting. But I prefer discussion, authentic boy science. Charge to reach, baby, you know we straight line. Associating scam with the holy divine. But the loss is mine, but I'm just the same blind. And it's about to catch you at any given moment. You looking at the throne, boy, can't you see I'm on it, huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? I told y'all you was looking at the throne. Can't you see I'm on it? I told y'all. Y'all thought it was a game. Man, listen, man, it's not a game. Can't you see I'm on it? You looking at the throne, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? Huh? Can't you see I'm on it? You niggas on the road, boy. Can't you see I'm on it? 6 million years to die. Choose right. Charge to reach. Got y'all thinking that he great. He teach law and civics, but never be the case. I never seen him in court approaching the bench. But people who follow him, they do this nonsense. He teach a right to travel. I never seen him whipping. He pointing away, but doing something different. And y'all been hustling and scared to admit it. I'll be making paid in fiat. They call it fictitious. Y'all ridiculous. Falling for the pseudo. The right to travel ain't even worth a Cujo. All up in Canada, quoting U.S. law. Deaf, dumb, and blind, boy, you just lost. Down no more. They just slow mo. Down no more. Here we go, family. See, I be coming at these wars, and it's very simple. Why I be coming at these wars? Because I don't consider these functional Moorish American Muslims as it relates to the teachings of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the founder of the Moorish Self of America. You looking at the throne, boy? Can't you see I'm on it? Look up. Can't you see I'm on it? I try to tell y'all, I'm on the throne, man. Boy, you just lost. Let me wipe the sweat off. Let me do my flavor dance. Let me do my flame dance. Nah, I'm just playing. Let me do my flame dance. Y'all remember Flavor Flav? Who remember Flavor Flav? Hold up, man. Let me set myself. They gonna get me. They gonna get me. Family, they gonna get me, family. Family, they gonna get me. I'm not gonna say that one. I'm gonna sit back for a minute. I'm not gonna say that one. I want y'all to share this, family. Hey, family, I need y'all to share this. Family, I'm trying to tell you, do my flame dance. 911's a joke. Ali's Men's a joke. I was in Ali's Men a long time ago. Don't you see how late they reacted? They real late when it comes to the teachers of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Ali's Men's a joke. I was in Ali's Men a long time ago. Don't you see how I was running like I was on tracking? I ran from that demonstration. Ali's Men's a joke. Hey, fam, let me tell you something. First and foremost, let me rise and give praise to the great God of the universal law. I give honor to his prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to each and every one of you. Family, I'm going to clown these brothers tonight. The reason why I'm going to clown these brothers tonight, if you got a problem with it, I'm going to say periodically, leave the room. I'm going to clown these brothers tonight. I'm going to clown these brothers tonight. Not because I hate them, because I actually love them. But they're going to learn today. They're going to learn today. They're going to learn a valuable lesson today. Family, we are members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and we love the teachers of Prophet Noble Drew Ali for what it has done for us and what it has done for our people and what it can do for the rest of our people. But when somebody in a leadership position try to persuade people to go outside the construct of what the prophet taught us, that's a bad thing. It's just not good. Now, Ali's Men has put this statement out, and it wouldn't have been so bad if they would have put the statement out from a general perspective. You know what I mean? Just put it out from a general perspective. What I'm saying is, it wouldn't have been so bad if they would have said, fix my bow tie. I was, make sure, because y'all going to take a picture of that and talk about me. Let me see. Yeah. I want y'all to talk about me. Yeah. It wouldn't have been so bad if Ali's Men would have made a statement and said, you know, Ali's Men feel that we should do this. But that's not what Ali's Men did. And I'm going to show you what they did. Family, this is why there's a problem. Give me 1 second. This is why it's a problem. Because what Ali's Men did was, they said this. Ali's Men recommendation is that Moorish Americans, y'all see this? That Moorish Americans check black or African American. Ali's Men recommendation is that Moorish American So when you have a group of brothers as influential, it's my bow tie feel crooked. Should have tightened it a little more. But anyway, when you have brothers as influential as Ali's Men, These brothers been on stage next to a brother that I talked to today, Wesley Muhammad. Honor to brother Wesley Muhammad. Shout out to him. These brothers have been privileged to be on the stage next to bona fide researchers like Dr. Wesley Muhammad. These brothers are considered the top tier of researchers in the Moorish Science Temple of America ideal. I'm not going to say in the Moorish Science Temple of America, but they are considered top-notch researchers. And to take an approach that they took was irresponsible as a Moorish American. When you claim to be Moorish American, you are pro-Drew Ali. If you are Moorish American, proclaim. I don't care what body you are part of. If you are with Braswell Bey, if you are with Rasadiel, if you are with Dangerville, formerly led by Belial, if you are with Brother R. Jones Bey, the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, you are obligated to be pro-Drew Ali. Because you are a dues-paying member to these groups that is supposed to be perpetuating the teachings of a divine prophet. So at all costs, you are supposed to be and expected to be pro-prophet noble Drew Ali. Anything other than that is uncivilized and unacceptable. You don't interpret Prophet Noble Drew Ali to what you want it to be. It's clear. Prophet Noble Drew Ali says our nationality is Moorish American, and he says that our race is Asiatic. That's it. That's all. We don't have to remix it for nobody. Not for the census, not for the school board, not for the hospital, not for nobody. We don't have to remix it. When you get an identification and nationality card from any of these groups called the Moorish Science Temple of America, you are obligated to uphold the laws and the principles as taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And when you fail to do that, justice must catch you. In one way or the other, justice must catch you. Now, let me tell you something. We got 80 people in the chat and 19 thumbs up. I would expect more thumbs up. But I don't know. Because Superman is about to feel some kryptonite tonight. Now, let me explain to you why I'm doing this show. The reason why I'm doing this show, and I got Brother Sharif Bey in the title, and many people might be upset because they love Sharif Bey just as well as I do. But the reason why I got him in the title is because he was so arrogantly condescending in this conversation. He was so arrogantly condescending in this conversation that he must be addressed like everybody else. Let me tell you something. It was a brother that after I did the show named Earl, not Earl, I'm sorry, Earl. I see your name up there, Islam, brother. That's a member of the Noble Temple. It was a brother on Facebook named John Harrison. Masonic brother. Sharif Masonic brother. Brother named John Harrison. Now, John Harrison do this long breakdown of his dissenting opinion as it relates to what I presented the night before. First, he said that I wasn't showing all of this. I wasn't showing all of that. Fine, John. I get it. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. I wasn't even, John Harrison thought that I was upset with him. In fact, I wasn't upset with nobody. But I was amazed that Brother Sharif and the BEY took that post and spread it around Facebook as if it validates that they're in the right. And when you look at the post, I tried to bring it back up, but they must have took it down. But when you look at the post, the brother had no real points to try to tear apart the presentation that I presented. However, Brother Sharif shared it. And anytime somebody posts a dissenting opinion, Brother Sharif would share it as if it validated them checking black on the census. So we would get into the conversation back and forth, and I hear Brother Sharif say to a brother Ray Bay something on the lines of, you're not even in the pay grade to understand what we're talking about. I sit up there and watch Brother Raphael from Haru Renisiel Temple try to justify what is right about Ali's Men, because obviously he's a member of Ali's Men. Then I sit there and watch the other brother who I talked about the other night, the chairman at Temple number 19. He also went on a long post about his understanding and why it's okay. No problem with that. Everybody has an opinion. However, whenever somebody would write something, Brother Sharif thought that was confirmation that they were right. Now, mind you, all of these brothers that are doing this, except for John Harrison, is a part of Ali's Men. Let me tell you something. If everybody that was a part of Noble Temples agreed with me on a subject controversial, I'm not taking their opinion into consideration. I'm going to take people's opinion into consideration who don't know me. I'm going to take people's opinion into consideration who not aligned with me. I'm going to take that, not that I'm going to agree with them, but if you are aligned with me, you might agree with me. But let me tell you something. The good thing about me is that I got people around me, like you see the brother Sadell, EA Sales Bay. He's going to tell me when I'm wrong. He's going to tell me, Grand Sheik. He's going to pick up the phone, and I'm telling you, he have done it many a times. Grand Sheik, I'm feeling some type of way, Grand Sheik. That's the good thing about people I have around me. Akhenaten Salam Bey in the chat. He's going to pick up the phone and tell me, Grand Sheik, won't you look at it this way? You ever look at it this way? Man, for that matter, my wife is going to tell me, hold up. Hold up, you sure you want to do that? She going to start reading the Quran to me. She going to start reading the Quran to me. She gonna come right beside me. I'll be sitting right here. She gonna start reading that Quran to me. She gonna be right up in chapter 47. You can't change a man. Let me pull it out because I don't want to mess it up. Let me pull it out because that's exactly what she gonna do. She gonna come stand right beside me. She gonna open up that Quran, the chapter 47. I say, baby, honey, we gonna check black on the census. She gonna open up that Quran and stand beside me, and she gonna say, according to all true and divine records of the human race, there is no Negro, black, or colored race attached to the human family. Why are we gonna be pressing and checking black? To all, let me read it again for you. Islam, that's what she's gonna say. Islam, to all true and divine records of the human race. Islam, there is no Negro or black. Islam, she gonna start saying Islam. And then she gonna start asking a question with it. See, that's what she do. She learned that over there with brother Rael. They like to ask questions. Rael, an excellent teacher, but man, he can be rude as ever. But she started asking questions. She said, well, if the prophet said, them rhetorical questions where you can't even answer. If the prophet say true and divine records, are we breaking divine law? Would that be breaking divine law? There is no Negro or black, and that's supposed to be that. Well, we wouldn't be breaking. Would that be breaking? And I look at her like she half crazy, right? And say, why you keep asking questions? Won't you just teach me? Why you keep asking? Don't keep asking me questions. I get worked up. Why she catch me? When she catch me. But this is the good thing about it, that I have people around me that is not going to let me drive off the cliff. But Ali's men, they all circle the wagons around the ideal that it's okay to check black. That is a group that is destined to fail miserably. When you got a bunch of yes men around you, you can already see the end is near. You can already see. Now, let me tell you something. I know most of the brothers in Ali's men are Masons. I know that they are going to be throwing their little curveballs behind the scene. Matter of fact, I seen a post today from a sister acting as if she wanted some peace. The sister was in here moderating. The sister loved Nelson Bey. She don't even have a Bey on her name. She voicing her opinion in Ali's men. She's a social media groupie. You know what I'm saying? I tried to be friends with the sister. I tried to make sure that I have some type of cordial relationship with the sister on social media throughout the few years that I've been on social media. And I do that with everybody who reach out to me, but just to see, she writes a post actually saying, "Dear Tahaka, you are stirring up confusion." And see, what else she say? You're putting brothers against brothers. What dues you pay in a temple? See, I'm gonna address that at another time. And I'm address it in full. You see, because I sit back for the last few years and watch this move. Even got hit upside my head by my mobitis. What's going on with this? What's going on with this? But see, the mobitis didn't know that I like to, let me tell you something. I don't have a security team of intelligence as it relates to social media, but I do got people watching my back. So sometimes what I do is I go ahead and let the snake crawl in the grass. and act like I don't see the snake in the grass. I act like I don't see the snake. Oh, it's just a worm. It's a snake. No, it's a worm. It's a snake. It's a worm. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's a garden snake. You see what I'm saying? It's a garden snake. But guess what? When I feel it's time to cut the head off the garden snake, they get it too. And so everybody has an opinion right now. And so I'm going to line them up. I always said this, and I'm telling everybody right now. If you address me on social media, I'm going to address you on social media. Honor to my brothers who reach out to me in Messenger. Honor to my sisters who reach out to me in Messenger and ask me, brother, why are you coming at Ali's man? Bruh, you think you have to do this? Honor to my brothers that pick up the phone and say, brother, why are you coming at the brothers? Honor to them, brothers. But if you address me on social media, you can guarantee that I'm going to address you. And let me tell you something. We can go toe to toe until it get done. And let's see who the last one standing. If I'm telling you right now, anybody that I address, it's like Brother Sharif said, oh, we see what it's about. It's about YouTube. Yep, it sure is. Guess what? I'm what you call a YouTuber. Guess what? I'm propagating the faith of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Guess what? I want to make sure that people see the true and teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So of course I'm doing it for views. See, I don't run from that. Of course I'm going to sensationalize, but I'm not going to embellish. I'm not going to embellish. I'll put some hype to it, but I'm not going to embellish. Because this is social media. Whether we're on Facebook or whether we're on YouTube. But let's get to the point, family, because it's getting late. And we did enough pleasantries. Y'all ready for this, family? So Ali's men say it's okay to mark black. Now, again, I do not dislike Brother Sharif Bey. I do not dislike Brother Lasana Tunikel. I do not dislike Raphael or anybody else. But I do like and love the truth. So let's get to the truth. The truth of the matter is this. Let me get to the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is this. That Ali's men recommended that Moorish Americans check black or African American. And so what I did the other day, just yesterday, let me see if I can pull it up. What I did just yesterday on Facebook, after 2 days of going back and forth with Brother Sharif on Facebook, what I did yesterday was something that should have been done at the onslaught of the argument. What I did was I said, you know what, brother? What do your... Let me see if I can bring to it.
Let me explain.
This is what I do on...
What I got here.
On
share this to a few groups, family. So we're gonna stop playing with this thing. Let's just cut to the chase.
Let me see. The thoughtless cause of using black on the census. Check it out. Now, this morning I wake up being tagged into a post by John Harrison. And Brother Sharif shares the post. I want y'all, if y'all just coming in, I want you to go back and look at the beginning, because I want to put this on the record in the style of Brother Taj Tariq before the record. But anyway, I wake up this morning, family, and I see that a Brother John Harrison and puts up a post critiquing y'all Facebook. You know what I mean? I go live. Yeah, I know that part. Debate you face to face. I ain't no thumb killer. I ain't never been a thumb killer. But nevertheless, when we look at this topic, family, this is very important when we look at this topic. First of all, don't be condescending thinking that we don't understand your position. Let me don't say we, because I'm speaking for me right now. Don't act so condescending, you and your minions, thinking we don't understand the conversation. Brother Tunikael, don't think we don't understand your conversation. No one is ignorant to your position of checking black. In fact, I clearly understand, but I also know that it's unacceptable. I understand your position. You may be looking at it from the perspective, hey, okay, if we don't check black, then we're dividing ourselves from our people. I get that. Hey, if we don't check black, we're separating ourselves and we're going to minimize the resources. I get that. But none of that is true. None of that is true. But I get that. I understand your position. Whether I agree with you or not, I understand. Because understanding is the rock on which man builds himself. I understand. So don't speak to me or anybody who disagree with you as if they're ignorant or illiterate and you want to speak to them in a condescending way. As Brother Sharif just put up a post for the Brother BEY talking about, oh, yes, at this time. You are offended because you are in the crosshairs at this time. How in the world, hold up, brothers and sisters and other organizations say, you know, I myself from that part, hold up, these are labeled. So now, as my brother Boone said it. I'm teaching today, slave titles. That doesn't mean that, let me get to that. Who beat that fight? Beat that in my community. The main thing is we're going to better our life. You from me. Make no mistake about you from me. Hold on, for so long, I now laugh at you. We need to know what leaders are teaching. Here we go. We need to know what leaders are, with all due respect. If it was a brother from Braswell Bay saying that, I need to know what Braswell Bay is going to put. If it's a brother from Bailey Hill saying put black, I need to know what Bailey Hill is going to put. See, we've been making the wrong conversation. We've been having the wrong conversation. We need to know what Bailey Hill checking. I love you, but we need the conversation. We've been going to talking to Ali's men when they don't move the meter when it comes to the Moorish Science Temple of America, idealistically, generally, or specifically. So now, take me to your leader. Haru Reniciel, my brother, love you dearly. What are you checking? I love you, but we need to know so we can end this conversation once and for all. We need to know what leaders are teaching their membership so we know who's who and what's what. I'm going to call you today, Brother Haru. Yes, I will. I love you. You know you my guy. You my man, 50 grand. Yeah, you are. Now, I do love Brother Haru. That's my man. Shout out. Look, my brother-in-law even stepped in the bill against that organization. So with now, that being if you're just visiting, right, that's one thing. But once you have dedicated your life to it, and you have added BEY to your name, so let me get this. So my point is this, family. My point is this. What I said was, let's change the conversation. Instead of worrying about what Ali's men are putting under the leadership of Brother Sharif and Tunikael, let's see what Sharif leader is putting. And so on that live stream, I said, let's see what R. Jones Bey is going to mark on the census. We want to, with all due respect, we want to know what R. Jones Bey is going to mark on the census. I went on to say that the Supreme, the Grand Sheik and Chairman, I think he go by the Grand Sheik and Moderator, I'm sorry, the Grand Sheik and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, one of the largest Moorish groups here in North America, who Brother Sharif and Neil Bey hold allegiance to, as well as holds membership to, which is the same thing, pay dues to. He is a mufti, a divine minister, as well as a grand sheik. So let's see what the head of your organization say. Because if you're saying that, and you're a grand sheik, a divine minister, a adat, and a mufti, is this the way that brothers and sisters are being taught? In my heart of hearts, I'm saying no. Asim Hopkins Bey wouldn't be going for this. In my heart of hearts, I'm saying no. So I said, let's change the argument. Let's not deal with Ali's men, that these brothers came together for the express purpose to extend the teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali and to render research to the public to the best of their ability. But many of them not even members of a temple. And so their best interest couldn't be in the temple. A member's interest can be only in one place. This is what the prophet say. He says, a member's interest can only be in one place. But what if you're not a member? Then your interest could not be in that place. So now, forget that conversation. Let's see what the Grand Sheik and Moderator has to say. And up jumped the boogie. I am up at 10:51 on the East Coast to share with you what the Grand Sheik and Moderator has said. And it don't look too good for Brother Sharif, the divine minister, the adat, the mufti, the head of all these men, and the Grand Sheik. It don't look good today. Many people going to be upset. I get it. Brother, why are you going so hard? It makes me uncomfortable because you're just going so hard. Well, let me tell you something. 2 and 3 days worth of condescending posts makes me go this hard. May Allah forgive me, but I'm not descending to meanness. I'm going to tell the truth. Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches us that Allah said, dare not descend to meanness. I'm not being mean. I'm going to make some comedy relief out of it. But I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to make a point. Today, I'm going to make a point. One of the first points that I want to make is, if anybody that's on Facebook or social media and you are a member of an organization, before you argue the points of the organization, make sure that you get approval from your head. Make sure that you get approval from your leadership before you start arguing points. Make sure, because without your leadership confirming your position, you make the whole organization look crazy. If you're wrong, you make the whole organization look crazy. And you force the hand of the leader to put out the facts. You force your leader to put out the facts that is in opposition of you. This is the valuable lesson of today. If you are under Dangerville, formerly the leadership of Belial, before you start arguing stuff on the YouTube, on Facebook, confer or talk to Supreme Grand Sheik Dangerville. Before you start arguing and you under Rasadiel, man, give Rasadiel a call and say, brother, this is right, right? This is right. If you under Braswell Bay, call Braswell Bay and say, this is correct, right? We can support this, right? Y'all take social media as a joke. And you think that you're going to be able to say something and it won't come back to bite you. But it will come back to get you if the organization don't support your position. And we're talking about a brother that I admire, that I have aspired to be like as it relates to being a presenter. As it relates to being a presenter, Sharif is the one I wanted to be like. Listen, one thing about me, I got ego under my thumb. Sharif is the best presenter that I've ever seen touch a stage when it comes to information. Ever. Ever, ever. But now, we got a disagreement. We got a disagreement. And the disagreement is fairly simple. That you want to put black on the census, and I say no, because our race is not black. So now let's get to the demonstration that we are here for now. First of all, family, let me say this. Let's give a warm number one in the chat for a happy birthday to our brother, the Grand Sheik and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America, R. Jones Bey. I ask everybody to put I ask everybody to put a 7 in the chat in support. Put a 7 into chat in support of the Grand Sheik and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. I see the ones, change it to a 7. The Grand Sheik and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America, R. Jones Bey. Happy birthday to our brother, our friend, who sacrifices everything for the organization called the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. Honor to that brother. Whether I agree with everything, it doesn't matter. Whether he agree with me, it doesn't matter. He is a Moorish leader. He deserved the utmost respect, and he deserved the utmost gratitude, because whether I see things like any of my brothers or not, I know that anybody that steps up to be a leader amongst our people, I tell you, you're something else. You're special in some kind of way. Some kind of way. A happy birthday to the brother. But now let's get back to it. So I want y'all to see what the conversation is all about. The conversation is about Ali's men, Brother Sharif and the Obey, and pretty much Brother Tunica L, who represented Ali's men with the statement that they recommend all Moorish Americans check black on the census. Let's go back to it. Check black, just so you know I'm not playing, and we're going to get to it. Check black. And then they say write in Moorish as a consolation. Also, let me give honor to Brother R. Ewazel, who actually wrote a letter to R. Jones Bey. I've been privy to the letter. I didn't get a chance to read it, but I did see it posted online somewhere to see what his opinion was. So honor to one of my teachers and friends of the Moorish American Ministerial Alliance, who also chose to put Asiatic Moorish. And everybody know that I said initially, and I showed examples how everybody placed other. I chose from day one, I said we need to go to other. Many people disagreed with me. Many people disagreed with me. You follow what I'm saying? But now, let's see. This is the letter from Brother R. Jones Bey. Fresh off the press, by the way of the press secretary, Brother Azim Hopkins Bey, the national press secretary. To all Grand Sheiks, Sheikesses of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated, from Brother R. Jones Bey, Grand Sheik and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. Prepared by Brother A. Hopkins Bey, National Press Secretary of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. February 11th, that would be today, 2020. Instructions concerning the question on race regarding the 2020 census questionnaire. First, we give praise to the great God of the universe, thanking him for his protection, guidance, and love. We honor his holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. With regards to the race question, with the question on race, on 2020 census questionnaire, we are making a recommendation based on the teachings and divine instructions from our holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali. The holy prophet is clear and unambiguous with reference to identifying our race. He directly and unmistakably, on numerous occasions, identified our race as being Asiatic. Also, in chapter, 45 of the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Holy Prophet makes it evident that there are various derivative nations within the Asiatic nation. The first mentioned being the Moorish. And speaking with a Consensus Bureau representative, we do in fact have the latitude to include our national origin with our race. I will say it again. In speaking with the Census Bureau representative, we do have the latitude to include our national origin with our race. This is to ensure that we clarify our precise identity so as to avoid ambiguity and make clear that we are not Asiatic Egyptians, Asiatic Arabians, Mexicans, Brazilians, Argentinians, Chileans, Colombians, Nicaraguans. We are Asiatics of Moorish descent. That being stated, we are recommending that all members of the Moorish Science Temple of America check some other race, Asiatic Moorish. We are recommending that you check some other race, Asiatic Moorish. In other words, family, what I've said, what my brother Sheikh Al-Abazel have said, and what many others have said, we must move on the spirit of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, let me get to the point. Why MSTMA members dog other Moors? Nobody's dogging no other Moor. When we make a correction, let me explain something to you. New channel Moor. We are in the age of social media. And when you put something on social media, you leave yourself open to be critiqued. You leave yourself open to be critiqued. This is social media. Stop acting as if that you don't realize when you post something, somebody might respond to it. Even me. You cannot, one thing you cannot do, you know what I mean? One thing you cannot do. This brother, New Channel Moore, don't know what slander means. Slander means to lie. But I haven't lied on anybody. So he say I slander. So let me get him up out of here. So one thing we cannot do is allow the new people coming in to accept that checking black is okay. One thing I'm not doing is trying to re-educate a 50-year-old Moorish American. I'm not trying to re-educate Brother Sharif. I'm not trying to re-educate Brother Tunica L or Ali's men. But what I am going to do is educate the next generation so they won't fall in the trap that we've fallen in with misinformation. So if I got to utilize somebody who puts something on social media that has a voice and I have a voice, I'm going to put the correct information out, and you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. You follow me? You don't have to like it. But one thing we will not do is allow for 20 years, teachings over 20 years, since the 80s, Taj Tariq Bey has been teaching a special form of what he called Moorish science. A unique form of what he called Moorish science for over 30 years, maybe in the 80s, 90s, 2000, over 30 years. Nobody stepped up and say, nah, that's not what the prophet said. Nobody stepped up and say, nah, the prophet don't talk about that right to travel nowhere. The prophet never, the same laws that you quote, and the prophet never quoted those 1800 laws. Nah, those same 1800 laws was there during the time of the prophet. The prophet never spoke about no treaty. But wouldn't you think if the treaty would free us, the divine prophet would be speaking about the treaty? Why didn't the prophet speak about the treaty? Why? The prophet never spoke about Al-Marak. Wasn't Al-Marak here when he was here? If that is an essential part, if that's an essential part of the Moorish movement, wouldn't he have said something about Al-Marak? He's a divine prophet. Why didn't the prophet mention Turtle Island? Wasn't Turtle Island here when he was here? Why not? If the treaty is going to help us get free, why wouldn't the Prophet Noble Drew Ali mention this treaty? Isn't that the purpose of a prophet? Huh? To save, wouldn't Jesus' mission was to save the Israelites from the pale-skinned nation of Europe, whom governed portions of Palestine at that time? Isn't the prophet mission to save the Moorish Americans from the pale-skinned nation of Europe, who governed portion of a Maxim at this time? Wouldn't that be true? And the prophet never mentioned it? So my point is, stick to the prophet. Stick with the prophet. And because Taj Tariq had went on 20-year campaign, 30-year campaign, and got nothing to show for it as a nation, not as an individual, as a nation, no one should step by if they have a voice and let anybody else come in and say what they want, how they want, and make it to be the law of what the prophet demonstrated when it don't even mesh right. Each and every one of you that claim to be a Moorish American have an obligation to study the prophet teaching, to study the prophet teachings, and make sure that your children and your babies do not get caught up. To make sure that your children and your babies don't get lost in this age of information that is so abundant on the internet, that people are so desperate to be free that they will follow anything. And again, the sad thing, and it's very disappointing to watch people that I admire ride the bandwagon of friends in the name of a lie. Unbelievable. I watch people that I admired and looked up to defend a lie. And I'm not saying that Jones Bey makes it true. I said it before Jones Bey. So I'm not saying that Jones Bey makes it true. The prophet makes it true. And it feels good to see other Moors to see that the prophet is right. Because if the prophet ain't right, the temple ain't right. In other words, if you don't understand the prophet, you ain't gonna be right. If the prophet ain't right in your head, your whatever you project ain't gonna be right. If the head of your temple ain't right, that's supposed to represent the prophet, then that temple ain't gonna be right. And that's why we have what we have now. But because I have a voice, and like I said, these brothers were truly condescending. They were truly condescending through this whole demonstration. Like Brother Man say, how can they be Ali's men when they're making recommendations that go against the prophet? That's my point too, brother. That's my point too. And you know what? It would even been nice if one of them would have made a public statement and say, you know what? Let me reword this. This is how we see it. But you don't give a recommendation to Moorish Americans as if you are an authority. when I made my assessment. I didn't say I recommend Moorish American check other. I said we are checking other. And this is why, and because it makes sense. I didn't follow up and say, I recommend Moorish Americans check others. You know what? I said those members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples, this is the right way to go. This is the right way to go. And members of the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples, they got a voice. They could have said, nah, Grand Sheik, I think it'd be easy if we press black because we can get access to some resources. But nah. They didn't say that because they study the prophet. Because they study the prophet. That's why they didn't go against other. Not because Brother Tahaka Bey said it, because it lines up with the prophet. Now with that, I'm going to do a drop. Family, we got brand new Qurans. If you want to know what the prophets say, order yourself a brand new Quran. These are the Qurans that we need to get involved with. Why? Because these Qurans have been professionally put back together, inshallah, in the neatness like the prophet had them together. And if you need a Quran, wish to purchase a Quran, please email me at tahakabey@yahoo.com or gmail.com. All right? Get yourself a Quran so no one can lie to you. Stop buying Quran from Europeans too, from Amazon. Get yourself a fresh, crisp Quran and can't nobody lie to you. Just like I said to you, hey, I'm Mobile, she gonna come up to me and she gonna read that to me. And you need to ask people. You know what I mean? Absolutely, Nicole Morbay. Nicole Morbay, email me, sister, so I can get you one of these Qurans. She's a great supporter of the Moorish World TV and was a former member of us. Austin Bay. I got some research books coming. They on the way next week. Next week, I will have about 3 different research books, some small ones, and they're going to get bigger as time go along. We are the new researchers on the block now. And if you want to get some research without paying for it, I would advise you to go to Moorish American Research, Drew Ali Moore's, not Ali's men, Drew Ali Moore's. Let me share it with you real quick. And Drew Ali Moore's is right here on Facebook. Moorish American Research, Drew Ali Moore's. And we'll be putting up a whole bunch of research soon. So everybody, somebody put this up, let me like this, so everybody can get it. All sorts of research will be coming up here soon. And I want y'all to be up here to get it. I'm going to be laying up a lot. This, like right here, is where I put back in 1928, or August 1928, I just posted this, where it was a woman, it was a brother going to vote. Now, remember the Voting Rights Acts of the 60s and all of that stuff. It was a Moorish American here going to vote, register to vote, and they wouldn't let them put the BEY or L on their voters registration. But this is an article, this article was on the wire, so it was passed around the United States. But this particular one comes out of the Windsor Star in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. But the news of the Moors had even reached all the way to Canada. You follow what I'm saying? And so this is a rare find, and I would like everybody to get in that space right there. And also, I would ask you to make contributions. You know, if you have came up on some new research, if you have came up on some new research, I ask that you drop it in that. Also, on Moorish World, I mean, not Moorish World, MST of A, another one. MST of A, Noble Temples. Uh, Again, if you're a friend of the show, then you already know that we got the Moorish Guide articles. If anybody have ordered some, they'll be shipping out soon in the mail. If you needed a hard copy and didn't download, but here we go. We got all the Moorish Guide articles, and we're going to be uploading other stuff for download. But if you want the hard copy, then you're going to have to leave your address so it can be sent to you. But here you go. And coming this week, I mean next week, we're going to have more uploads, more research. You know what I mean? We're gonna have more uploads and more research. You follow me? And that's just what it is. So, family, I don't want to stay too much longer. Again, I want to say happy birthday to brother R. Jones Bey, the Grand Sheik and Moderator of the Moorish Science Temple of America Incorporated. May Allah bless him with many more days upon this earth land. And we, under my leadership and all those leaders within the Moorish Science Temple of America, we appreciate you. This concludes my argument with anybody. At this point, I just need to see your leader. And if anybody was offended in this process, I formally apologize. I don't apologize for the truth. I will not apologize for the truth. But if I offended you, you can message me. We can talk about it. You know, but I won't apologize for the truth. I will not. Not for the truth. But if you felt as though I came at you maliciously, message me. I'm your brother. Let's talk about it. With that being said, family, stick with the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Don't let nobody, I mean, don't let nobody send you off the cliff. If you can send your math at Joy Noble Temples. Let me put this up. Robert Jackson L just put it up in there. But you can send it right here. The secretary will get it to me. I'm so busy, family. We build it on the ground. We got a lot of projects coming up soon. I definitely will try to talk with you if I got time. And normally I make time to talk with people, but you know, your brother Tiger Bay is getting a little bit popular, and people reach out to me a lot. People starting to see through the hooping and hollering, and they thinking that I know a little something. And so people are thinking I'm knowing a little something. So they see through the hooping and hollering, and they like, man, that brother might know something. Let me give him a call. So my phone stays busy. My email stays flooded. If I don't get back to you immediately, I apologize, but just keep on trying to get to me. Last but not least, family, again, I definitely appreciate you and all the support that you have given to Moorish World TV. Shout out to my brother Moors in America. I appreciate the work that he does over there. He's very unbiased. He let all the Moors who has a voice come over there. Honor to that brother and honor to everybody. Sir Denali L. Bay, peace. He said, I'm not Hollywood, brother. People call me and ask me for advice like I'm Dr. Ruth. For real. Even my wife, she be like, you got time to talk to that? You ain't got no time to talk to me. I'm like, nah, I do, but it's some more on the phone. Hold on, honey. So with that being said, family, again, I appreciate you. We'll be back here on Monday, and also I want y'all to, if y'all get a chance to, because this is a surprise show, I want y'all to go back and look at the show that we did on the raffle drawing. We got a raffle drawing with hats and all of these things in it. And it is what it is, family. Go back to the show I did prior. Towards the middle of the show, we're doing a raffle, but we also uh, 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 gonna do it on Wednesday too. Honor to, I hope that's Sister Nicole Moore-Bay. Is that Sister Nicole Moore-Bay? Huh? Is that the sister? Oh, that's Noble Moore-Bay. Oh, my bad. I was calling Nicole all the time. Oh, man, I done messed up. Let me get up off here. Goodness gracious. Noble Moore-Bay, you a Noble Moore? You got your registration in? Man, get your registration in the Noble Temples, man. Stop playing. Let me show you how you're going to look when you join the Noble Temples. Get yourself up in the Noble Temples. This is how you're going to look at the Noble Temples. Hold up. We'll get you up in the Noble Temples. You got Noble Moore-Bay? We'll get you right here. Now you're going to look at the Noble Temples. That's how you're going to look. You're going to look like that in the Noble Temples. Get you right up in the Noble Temples. Look at that. Yeah. See that ladder, Moore-Bay? See the Sheik is right there in the Sheik? See, our Sheiks and Sheikas, they don't hoop and holler like the Grand Sheik. Yeah. They don't do that. Man, we got thoroughbreds, brothers and sisters. Yeah. That's how, yeah, you're a noble. Look at that. Look at these noble brothers and sisters. Look at these noble brothers and sisters. Goodness gracious. Look at the business manager, the assistant Grand Sheik, the national assistant Grand Sheik and representative of the Moorish Science Temple of America right there with them dreads on, all that white on. You know what I mean? White mean pretty, pretty mean God. We ruling this land. Look at that. Goodness gracious. Look at that. Look at Brother Tyrone in the middle. That's right. That's right. And my brother Kyriel. Look at him. That's right. With his Hollywood what they call that, Hawaii 5-0 shirt on. He not playing with you. No, I'm just playing. Don't get me, brother. Don't get me, Kyriel. I love you, Sheik. Kyriel. Don't get me, Kyriel. Don't get me. Don't get me. I say he got the Hawaii 5-0 shirt on. Ah! Hey, you see my brother Tyrone? He gonna be on the show soon. This brother is fascinating with numbers. Fascinating. He's a numerologist. I already say you're a neurologist. You're a brain surgeon. He's a numerologist. And he's very fascinating with numbers. And again, I'm done with the conversation about this census thing. Today ends it. And we're going to have my brother, we're going to have my brother Tyrone come here and talk about some numbers. Kyriel, I love you, brother. You know I love you, brother. When you pick up the phone and call me, I'm not sending no text. We talking this time. Because you ain't going to catch me down at ATL and like, Grand Sheik, what you say about my shirt? Brother, I like this shirt. Oh, I appreciate y'all. I'm the People's Grand Sheik, family. I'm signing out, family. I'm done with this census talk. Shout out to Ali's men. Shout out to Tunica L. Yeah, I had to come hard at you today. I know you going to... That's called a party shirt. Party! No, I'm playing. Shout out to Ali's man, Tunica L, as well as Sharif and BEY. Yes, but it was your turn today. I still love you just the same. I know you might try to come for me because that's just what some people do. But if you do what you do it right, because I prayed for Allah to give me the ability to teach these lessons and face all opposition in the process. But again, I just disagree with you. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. If you would pick up the phone, I will call you right now. but I know you're not going to pick up the phone. But this is not personal. This is business. We are in the business of saving souls, and we shouldn't play with that responsibility. With that being said, family, I'm up out of here. Peace and love. See y'all on Wednesday, and we're going to get back into it and do it one more again. Again, happy birthday to the Grand Sheik and Moderator, Brother R. Jones BEY of the Moorish Temple of America Incorporated. Peace and love, family.